Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial at Bob the Coder. In this video, we are going to learn flow control in Golang. If you haven't subscribed our channel, please subscribe to our channel. If you haven't watched our previous video, I will put link in description below. Please watch that first. So now let's get started. Here are the list of flow controls in Golang: if else, for loop, switch case, and defer function. Now let's take an example of if condition. I am taking variable x equal to -1. If x is greater than 0, then I will print x is greater than 0. Now run the program. You can see it print nothing because if condition is not true. If condition only works when condition is true. For that I am writing another if condition where x is less than 0. Then I will print x is smaller than 0. Now run the program again. You can see that x is smaller than 0 because if condition is true now. If condition is over, now you can see that we have one condition which is true, then other condition won't be true. Then if that condition is true, then other condition won't be true, the vice versa. So I'm taking else there and copy this part there, and now remove this part. Now run the program again. It worked the same way. I'm taking x equal to 0 now and run the program again. It's telling that x is smaller than 0, but this is not true because x is equal to 0 now. For that, we can do one thing. We can use else if. If x is equal to 0, then we will print x equal to 0. Now run the program. Now you can see that x is equal to 0. Now let's take an example of for loop. For that I will take a sum of all the integer values start from 1 to 10. For that I am taking sum equal to 0 and using for loop I should start from 0 and I should less than equal to 10 and I should increment. Now take a sum equal to sum plus I. Now print the value of sum and run the program. Now you can see that 55, which is the sum of 1 to 10 number. Here is the syntax of for loop. I first is declaration part, second is condition part, and third is increment part. We can take this out from the loop, and this also works the same way. And we can also take the increment part and write inside the for loop, and this will become a while loop, and this will work the same way. We can also take the condition part, but this will become a for each loop, for ever loop, and this loop needs a condition, so we are writing here and breaking the for loop. This will work the same way. Now let's take an example of a switch case. For that I am taking a variable day equal to Monday and writing a switch case and passing a day as a key and writing a case whenever the case is equal to Monday, then I will print Monday, and whenever the case is equal to Tuesday, then I will print Tuesday. Now run the program. Now it's print Monday because day is equal to Monday. Now let's change the day to Tuesday. Now run the program again. Now you can see that it's print Tuesday. Now you can Also note to pass the day as a key in the switch. Now you need a day is equal to Monday and day equal to Tuesday. Now run the program. This works the same way. Switch case also have a default case. Whenever the case do not match, then default case run. For that I am writing here no day found and change the day to Wednesday. Now run the program again. Now you can see that it print no day found. Now let's take an example of a defer function. Here I am writing a defer in front of println first. Here I am writing normal println second. Now run the program. Here you can see that first written at the last because defer function run at the last. Here I am stacking the defer function to see the sequence of the defer function. Now here you can see that third is printed first, then second and the first. Thank you for watching our video. If you like this video, please do like, comment and share, and please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.